YouTube, what up guys? Look, the Integra still, I'm figuring this out. I haven't had a chance, I'm broke right now. I had an issue with, what did I end up? Oh yeah, I just ended up, having time to go to the junkyard. I just got busy, between rain, tons of rain. I don't know what's going on. It's been raining so much in New Mexico. I feel like what was that thing? What was that? El Nino or whatever? Having a good year. I got the fuel pump, so I was gonna tackle that. What was it? 2 days ago. I didn't have the camera. Speaking of cameras, we're using a newer camera, newer for me. Instead of the GoPro, it's a DSLR. It is a Nikon D800E, my parents' camera. They let me finally use this thing. I've been bugging for 2 years. I tried to buy it from them. They wanted more money than I could afford at the time. So, finally, they let me cave. The car smells like bad gas right now. I'm not getting in the car, guys. It just smells so bad. But I took the fuel pump out. See? It's bolted on, 2 bolts. Gosh, the zoom is so nice. And lo and behold, the car, I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm like trying to like make it all fancy. Well, anyway guys, if I take it off, I don't want to smell like bad gas. I have plans today, and I don't feel like scrubbing my hands 600 times. The car has a DW300 in there. I didn't know that. Nobody knew that. So, I didn't really need to buy a fuel pump. But you don't know that until you go in the back seat and get your fuel pump. So, I have a DW300, probably first gen, or maybe it's a second gen. I don't know when they redesigned them. I don't know when this car was built, which means let's talk story time. So this car, when I bought it, had no engine. My brother's friend bought it from some guy who bought it from some guy who bought it from some guy who bought it from some guy on Facebook. I don't know. I've been working on it for months, and actually almost 2 years now. Just slowly. I've never really put a ton of money into it. It was never really like important because I don't technically have the title for this car. So I was just gonna track it for a couple years, maybe get it, or just track it and then try and sell it to somebody else and let them have the issue of this car with the title. So anyway, this car has a weird VIN number. It's got like a New Mexico VIN number. So it's probably from another state. But yeah, I cut the mount out, we did all that. But now that I look at this, I'm thinking, because my brother said that his friend told him the guy who used to own the car at one point had an H series in here, but the mount was still there. So I was thinking this car might have been H to B, and that would explain the lack of other parts. And then cut here, I guarantee you they probably had like a turbo, and then I cut some stuff, but you can more and more likely tell this was probably like either a turbo B series, like a turbo GSR, because the body is a GSR, and the bumper's missing the webbing in the inside. So turbo, screams turbo. I would say turbo GSR, and or turbo H series. Wasn't a K, didn't have the mount removed and welded in, and so I think they just blew the motor up, gave up on the car, and it just went hand to hand to hand to hand. Somehow ended up here, and all my issues are is because some guy signed the title in the wrong spot. But yeah, I think since we're pretty much ready to roll almost, I don't know what I'm going to do for wheels and tires yet, but I'll probably get the radiator soon. Ended up scoring a hose from the J yard, and then what did I do? Oh, I got a new thermostat, but which is funny because I had the Accord one on here for the longest time. This has never had a Prelude thermostat. What is that, fan switch? So maybe it'll actually warm up right. Put the turbo manifold on. It's kind of bolted down. I need to go get more bolts for the intake manifold, more nuts. whatever you want to call them. And then I have this guy, turbo, just bolted on, just hanging here. I just needed to get it out of my room and then get it going. So yeah, I just wanted to test out the new camera, guys. Hopefully everything looks good. Gosh, this motor is so dirty. Look at that. Look at that Pro Series, guys. I have good parts on here. I got my Pro Series. But anyway, which I wouldn't have banged up the valve cover so much, because now I gotta reinstall that thing. That was a fast zoom. So let's like cinematically zoom in on the Doc HC VTEC. I still think these have the best valve covers. I love K's. K's are great, but the K valve cover fucking sucks. The K valve cover, it's not cool. It doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. It looks like an oil pan on top. It's got that like dome shape, whereas these have like, they just like barely go on there, and I don't know. I feel like in general I love the K in terms of power, but I just don't feel like aesthetically, like, yeah, they look cool, but I just feel like they don't suit my needs. No, I'm just kidding. I love K's. I love K's, guys. I'm not gonna argue. K is king. I could do everything I have here on a K and gap ties myself, and we all know that. We all know that it's going to on a K, and a turbo on a K would kick the shit out of this car. As it sits, if you had everything I have here, my 1300cc injectors, intake manifold for a K, the transmission, and the turbo, everything, this whole setup, just take this off, put it on a K series with a K series transmission, and I will never beat that car. Never gonna catch the K series. And you say, why would you do that? Well, because for every mod I do to my motor, his car responds better, and the transmission just is, yes, they don't handle power for a long time if you beat the crap out of them, but the gear ratios are so much better than what I'm running. I'm running an Accord, guys. I'm running a, where is it? P2 A5. This is a dog shit transmission. Like, if this transmission blew a hole in it, I'd be sad because I'd have to get a new one, but I also wouldn't care because it's a dog transmission that you can find anywhere in any junkyard. Just go to a 95 Accord and it's right there. Manual. Just has to be manual. Anyway, I feel like I'm ranting and raving and talking, but yeah, I need a little bit more work, and we're actually pretty close. Like I said, I haven't had money to go to the junkyard to really buy the half shaft, and I hope the Prelude's there on Sunday, because it's my birthday week. So I need the Prelude for the half shaft, and then once I get the half shaft, all is well. All is well. Axles can go in, and then if the axles are in, more motivation to figure out all this junk. There's ABS stuff all over the place, and then yeah. But anyway, guys, this was more a video to show off the quality of the new camera I'm going to be using, and mostly for videos at my house. I'm not going to be like taking this fancy camera to like the junkyard. I might take it to a car meet or something if I ever do that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll be seeing the EcoBoost truck review, because my grandpa just got one of them fancy he lied to me and said it was not an EcoBoost, and I didn't bother checking because obviously I didn't care. I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll drive the truck. And then I got on it a little bit to see, oh, whatever, these V6s are lame. And the next thing you know, boom, any V6s from Ford are kind of lame. Yeah, it actually has some power. Like, you could see, like, if you've never drove an EcoBoost, you could see why the V6 ones are very desirable. They make quite a bit of power. They make what my dad's car made in 2003 on a V8 supercharged. So it's kind of fun to see how far it's come. But hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the quality, and sorry about ranting, but I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good day.